You know, I recently wrote and published a short story about life in Waimea Valley. And one of my city cousins, now living on the mainland back east, saw the story. And he sent me an email saying how much he enjoyed the story. You know what, cuz, he wrote. The best memories I have of my youth was spending summer months at your house in the country. Bruh, I can't tell you how we look forward to being at your house. Mahalo for sharing and bringing back those warm memories in your story. You know what, brother? My dear auntie and uncle, your father and mother have already passed away. But when I was reading the story, I could smell the baked breadfruit in the kerosene oven. You know what, cuz I always envied your life in a country and wish I could trade places with you. There was always exciting things to do. Those summer days were the best. Fascinating, huh? Others treasured what I took for granted. Human nature kind of deems we overlook the gifts that we have right in front of us. But a spiritual nature helps one develop an appreciation for who, what, and where we are. And no matter what blessings we are entrusted with, we learn to treasure them. It's apparent that when we do, the greatest rewards come. So we walked along the beach at Waimea with our towels. The waves rolled in gentle swells and broke a few yards out from the shore. White water swelled at our ankles, feeling cool and refreshing. Summertime on the North Shore. A perfect, cloudless day of my youth. Hey, we go jump off the rock, Paka said, pointing toward the big black rock that sat at the end of the beach. The rock rose some 20 feet above the beach and provided a ledge from which everyone jumped off. The rock was a rite of passage for kids like us. We watched the big guys jump off, their bodies plunging deep into the blue-green water below, and you could hear their friends yelling and screaming as they fell. Nah, my mother said for me no jump off the rock, I said, shading my eyes and looking up at the huge pile of rocks. Tourists were climbing the rock with their cameras. You could see their white legs and knee-high socks as they made their way to the top. None of them would jump off. They only wanted to take picture from the perch of the beach and the kids jumping off. Oh, what? You chicken, brah. You chicken. Paka stayed poking my chest with his finger. Okay, stay down here, brah. I going up. If can, can. If no can, no can, he said, dropping his towel on the beach and running into the water that surged around the rock and wading out to the base of the rock. Eesh. I'll never live this down. Paka gonna tell everybody I stay chicken and I no jump with him, damn it. And I watch his skinny tan form make its way up, handhole by handhole, until he reached the top. And when he reached the top, he turned and waved at me, gloating. Freaking Paka. Gotta rub it in. And I sat down on my towel and moped. I looked up as a figure leaped off the rock, and his plunge was accompanied by yells and cheers and clapping, and then ka-chunk, a splash of white water as a figure disappeared into the waves. Oh boy, I can't stand it. This is torture. Paka will never let me live this down. Of course, there were signs along the beach that said bodily injury, something about death, specifically the death part. That's why my mother said stay off the rock, period. Charlene Carvalho from Pupukea and her sister Chantel came walking up the beach in their shorts and t-shirt, holding their rubber slippers in their hand. Me and Charlene had fought period together. Hey, how's it, Kamaka? What, you not gonna jump? She said, plopping herself down next to me. Chantel was chewing bubble gum, making cracking sounds with her mouth, standing looking at me. Nah, I said, flicking sand from my leg. What, scared? Chantel said, still standing, chewing like one cow. Shut up, Charlene said. No, listen to her. She just mad because our mother said we no can jump. If we do, we gonna get dirty lickings. Yeah, but we would show them boys how to jump. I can make the kind cannonball jump, make big splash. Chantel boasting, turning around to look at the rock that now looked like a big pincushion with all the heads of people standing on top. Uh-huh, Charlene said. She's so fat, she don't even make cannonball. All she gotta do is jump and it's all over. We both laughed. Chantel swore and kicked sand at Charlene and trudged off further down the beach. Her double X white t-shirt fit tightly over her generous butt. Oh, that Chantel lucky I never stand up, Charlene said. I gonna pull her hair out, that fat monkey. And she brushed sand from her leg. No act, I said. If she sat on you, she would kill you. These stories of small kid times hold a universal commonality for a lot of us Keke'oka'aina. We all have similar accounts of mischief and mayhem that we now use to entertain our keiki and mo'opuna. Of course, what's a story without some humorous spin to it, imagined or otherwise? These embellishments flavor the collective memories of our youth. These are the stories that we remember and cherish. We call them Hanabara days. Tutu always told us to keep our fork when we was pau eating dinner. That's because she always had something special for dessert if we finished all our dinner. The thought of keeping the fork meant we had something tasty to look forward to, and Tutu loved her sweets. And to you we say, keep your fork, the good stuff is just around the corner. And for that we say, mahalos Tutu, you the best. And oh yeah, by the way, Kamaka still has lumps on his head from the flying slippers.